Hello, everybody. This is the weekly static site editor group sync. This is the engineering flavored edition. And as usual, we'll start off with highlights from this week. And I was out last week, so I didn't add anyone. Is there anybody that want to just add out, shout out to things that got done last week? Anybody? Gone. Okay, we'll skip that section. We'll move on to general. So just a quick FYI, Michael's on PTO this Friday, as well as next week, Monday. It's public holiday for him then. If there's anything you need from him on your deliverables, please try and reach out to him by Wednesday latest, so that he's pretty much a day ahead of most of us, so that he has time to reach kind of like assist you on anything. The next FYI is Friends and Family Day has been declared for not this Friday, but next week Friday. Please add it in your PTO Ninja and just select the Friends and Family Day type and have it submitted, please. I can't think of any reason any of us should be working on that Friday, so it should be a great day for all of us. And then lastly, Michael has put together a prototype for a solution validation he's going to be doing for associating changes to an existing MR. I just want to ask, I know Derek, you've given a lot of feedback already. Thanks for that. I just want to bring it to your attention. Please have a look at it. Pick through the prototype. Try and make sense of it in your mind. If you were a user and you were making an update to the handbook, for instance, would this make sense to you? Think of it even also from a technical point of view. Are there any challenges that you can foresee that you want to highlight? And I know Michael really appreciates us giving him feedback, so let's go and have a look at those and give any feedback if it's relevant. All right, we'll move on to the static site editor. And as usual, we'll do a deliverables progress update and plans for the week ahead. Jacques, over to you.
Cool. So this week, my plan is to shepherd the first part of previewing YouTube videos. This is actually a merge request that Enrique started with in the previous milestone. But I'm taking over the issue in this milestone, so I'm shepherding that merge request through review, and then also I'll be investigating the WYSIWYG editor parsing issue, just to see how I'm going to tackle that one.
All right. Any help you need on that editor parsing issue, maybe?
No, for now, I'll just be investigating, and if I need any help, I'll just ping relevant people.
Okay. I'm sure Derek and Enrique would be happy to help. They've done their fair share of investigating parsing issues already. All right, Derek, over to you.
Yeah, definitely, Jacques, just reach out to us there. Yeah, basically 3 MRs in review. They're all listed there, shepherding those through. And then I'm going to start the title and description optional interstitial state, basically. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Is perceived speed changes that you're mentioning, is that accessible in the review app?
Sorry, could you say that again?
The MR for the submit changes speed improvement to is that something we can run through in the review app on that MR?
I would imagine so. I don't actually use the review apps too often now, but I would imagine so.
Last time I tried to use a review app for the product for the SSE, it just gave me an error.
That's not
and I
great.
didn't dig into the logs. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I finally got permission to dig into the logs. You have to request permission to it, but I didn't take the time.
Okay. Well, that's something we can put on the back burner for now. But it would be good, especially to kind of like share work in progress, like something like this, so that like the team can play around with it and so think that's where review apps will be really handy in that context. All right.
I will add a little. So I agree, and then just a small bonus. Other people probably have already been doing this, and I know Jacques specifically has recording GIFs of what kind of the changes are, and having that in the MR itself is obviously super handy versus just screenshots, which is what I did previously. So Jacques had a good recommendation there, and I've loved the tool already. So thanks again, Jacques.
I didn't even see. Is there a GIF in that MR?
That one, no, that was right before I asked him, I think. So in the future, that'll be there. Like I said, that's not I think the first MR does, but yeah, not that one specifically, sadly, because that just happened to be the timing.
All right. Sorry that I'm digging in on that, Derek. I'm just quite eager to see it in action. Because it's been one of my bugbears is, waiting for that gap between the success screen after you click submit. All right, Enrique, welcome back from holiday, Enrique. What's your focus this week?
Thank you, and hello everyone. So I'm gonna focus on the research of the eight alternatives that we started a couple of weeks ago. Specifically, the research that I did around TipTap and Pros Mirror. I'm gonna separate it into different networks. So yeah, that will be my focus. Besides that, obviously, I'm gonna be catching up with everything that happens in a single week. It's incredible. So if you have, anything else that I can help with, just let me know. I'm gonna be around.
Cool. Chad.
So I'm continuing to work on the config file. I made a lot of good progress. I think all of the stuff that we wanted to get implemented for the config file itself is mostly done. There's one small issue about Rails converting the object to JSON that hopefully should wrap up early today. And then it's just a matter of getting them reviewed and merged. I've made the feature test pretty comprehensive, so if it works, you can be really confident that the page is getting the values that it needs. So pretty confident it's going to work. And then after that, it's just a matter of updating the template in the sandbox and the template page to do all of these and documenting them and stuff.
Eric, I made a mention in the epic where Chad asked us about the documentation, where I said, considering the context and how small these little values are that we're introducing and that they're all shipped in 13.5, that it made sense for me to do the documentation update in one batch with all of the values rather than a bunch of small documentation things, and then our technical writer has difficulty keeping track of all of those. So I guess, Chad, as long as we're still fairly early in the release, as long as we don't give them a big docs MR to review in the last week of the last few days before the release, post cutoff of the 17th, that would be fine.
Sure, and I think the biggest thing on this is just trying to get the reviews and the maintainers turned around, and like we discussed, I'm going to try to find a maintainer that can just stick with us through all of the rest of this and get it done quickly.
Cool. All right, that brings us to the end of the static site editor section. Next up is the handbook. No real update there, except I wanted to just highlight the fastly redirects error that's been coming up. The CD opened an issue for it, and their documentation, we've known about the 1,000 entry limit for a while, but their documentation lists that you can contact their support to request them to up this value. So I've reached out to the SRE team to request that Rossini reached out to them to ask them to contact this faster support as the SRE team kind of like handles that account still, to request an upgrade on that limit. That's kind of like our boring solution. You know, the alternative to this is we need to go through those redirects and try and determine what is still needed, what isn't needed, what can we trim out of it. So it's not, that's not kind of like a path we really want to go down if we don't do so. Let's hope that they can, you know, get that limit increased for us soon. Because there are pages kind of like now that, you know, have broken links because new redirects can't be added. Lauren, I see you added a link there. Do you want to add something?
Yeah, Shane, on last week, they noticed that Fastly Limit API we'd hit. And so I linked to a Slack thread that we had in the growth marketing channel, and Alejandro from infrastructure was pinged. So they should be aware of it. In the past, Alejandro is the one that upped the API limit.
All right. Well, I've reached out to David Smith. You know, he's the one I know on that side, and I've asked him just to kind of like try and help us get the right eyes on it. So I'm sure we'll ping Alejandro on that. All right. Next up, GitLab docs. The C, can you give us an update?
Mm-hmm. Sure. So I prepared all necessary MRs to set up a documentation URL and to provide some redirects. I contacted the technical writers team, so they took a look on this like demo version and approved it. So I'm moving forward with all necessary reviews, and I will be looking. So the work is done. I just need to make sure that all of the comments are addressed, and eventually it will be merged. As a next step for documentation, I will be looking into the packaging of the documentation website to ship it like a part of the GitLab package. So yes, that's my plan for the future.
Cool. Thank you very much. And to our honorary team member, Lauren, for an update on growth marketing.
The Webpack external asset pipeline is ready for review. So I pinged Chad and pinged you with a bunch of comments in the code lines. So when you get a chance, yeah, definitely need some second eyes on that. And then just FYI, the new navbar development is underway for the marketing site. I think we're still a ways off, but I just want to make y'all aware of it.
That is exciting news. I've opened that link to the Figma file in the issue. I think right now it just kind of like lists some research on other. Oh wait, here at the bottom there's some. Oh, this looks quite interesting.
mega menu.
mega menu. Cool. I'll definitely have a dig through that. It's interesting. All right, and then last but most important, over to product, Eric.
I don't know about most important, but thank you. I see. I didn't add this, so I don't see a name, but thanks for dropping a link to these other products and apps. This is related to one that I highlighted on our last product and design call. Looks like Netlify has another little sort of droplet app for configuring Jamstack sites. So this is kind of cool. I'm going to check this out. I don't have much to highlight. I'm going to start some 13.6 planning this week because, as I forgot to mention in my next item, I've got some PTO coming up at the end of the week into Monday. So I'm going to be taking a little time off, try and get ahead of some planning. I'm hopeful we can start 13.6 with the new editor architecture, but if not, there's plenty of work to do. Yeah, that's about it. I think I'm excited by all the progress already for 13.5, and the deliverables are looking good. Let me know if I'm
if I've become a blocker, and I'm going to try and ease back into full-time attention now that the release post is out, off of my plate, and be going back through a bunch of to-dos and emails and mentions and issues. So if you've been waiting on a decision from me, hopefully I'll get to it this week.
All right. Well, this was a nice and efficient group sync. We're through our agenda. I'll reiterate what I mentioned in most of the one-on-ones that I've had already today. If there's any issues, specifically deliverables that you have, or other issues that you'd like us to tackle in the issue refinement sessions, please, feel free to add them to the next day. I will be taking up the mantle again this week on doing those sessions. And if nobody provides any specific issues they'd like to have a look at, I will just work from the backlog in our shared doc for those sessions. So other than that, I hope you all have a really good rest of your Monday, whether it's the end of your day or the start. And yeah, go and be productive. Cheers, everybody.